Cord. So I think I figured out what happened Wednesday. Wednesday was a wellness day, right? Yeah. Okay. 'Cause my 6 o'clock class didn't even show up, so I was like, okay, something's going on here. All right. So that was my fault. Should have sent out an email. And I should have read my emails, my hundreds of emails. All right. So what did we talk about Monday? Don't remember. All right.
I think it was the corporate environment, but I'll double check.
What about it?
We looked at it from a marketing standpoint, so like how people use marketing to promote the positive aspects of their environment in an organization.
Mm-hmm. And what were some of the ways to do that?
One of them is covering up the bad things the organization does.
Mm-hmm. All right. What else? Anyone else remember what we talked about?
Corporate governance, how it could be a top up kind of strategy or bottom down, depending on the organization.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so corporate man, what was that about? So yeah, governance is one thing we talk a lot about. Um, I'm actually doing a lot with governance within within the blockchain space. I know it's totally different, but maybe if I explain it, it'll make sense. So within blockchain, if you know anything about it, I know Noah talked about it. I talked about it with Noah. Where it's this decentralization, and you want to bring all the people together. And within blockchain, we're creating a governance structure where people come to a consensus to make a decision, right? So people come to a consensus to make a decision, and within a business perspective, governance is more of, we want to create standards. We want to create ethical standards within an organization.
So like a structure.
That's all it is,
Okay.
right? You want to create an ethical structure for an organization for everyone to follow. So the larger the organization, the more important the governance will be, the more difficult it will be for the governance to be created. So for example, going back to Unilever, right? Unilever has 20 something companies that they own, right? That they acquired over time. In order to create a governance structure for every single company that are in different industries to be aligned, it's very difficult, right? But if you do have a governance structure, if all of those organizations come to a consensus, then it's a very good thing. Everyone's marching to the same beat, right? So so if you think about it, if you take Unilever and you take what I talked about with blockchain, where everyone's decentralized, and Unilever, where all these companies are different organizations in different industries, they're all decentralized as well, right? So with just like with blockchain, when we have all these individuals that have a governance structure, that they make the decisions, they come to a consensus, right? Same exact thing with Unilever. All these organizations are decentralized, but they're under the same umbrella. They make the decision, and they run the same standards, right? So it's the same exact thing. So what I'm getting at is that, whenever when you look in business, when you look at it from a strategic management perspective, all this stuff is systems thinking, right? And if you look at a governance structure from a marketing perspective, you have to look at it where, okay, we have to run the same standards from a marketing perspective. We have to have the same message, right? From a Unilever perspective. Yes, there's 15 different, yes, it's 25 different companies. We have some in health and beauty, we have some in ice cream. But whenever we run a commercial, we have to have the same message. Right? So that's what we talked about whenever we talk about corporate governance. We talk about corporate governance from a marketing perspective. Going back to anything else on corporate governance? All right. So this week, man, we only have. All right, hold on. One. All right. We have this week, organizational design, strategic leadership. We got 3 more weeks. Well, we have quite a bit to go. When is this semester end?
I think the first week of May is finals week.
Okay. So yeah, we'll get through everything. Are you excited? I am. Love you guys, but I'm ready to be done.
I'm nervous.
Say it again.
I'm nervous.
About what?
I don't know, life after school.
Oh, well, yeah, that too. Better buckle up. Buckle up, Buttercup. All right, so whenever we talk about, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
All right. When we talk about organizational design, what do you think we mean when we talk about organizational design? Designing an organization, designing an organizational structure.
The policies that the organization is built on.
Okay. All right. What else? Anybody? So within an organizational design, you have different structures. There's one that's called, see, I'm gonna be reaching here. I'm trying to align this with marketing, but so within one organization, you talk about structures. So you talk about a simple structure where you have the manager or the owner, right? And then you have the employees. The owner or the manager says, okay, what I say goes. You know, for most small businesses, I would say that many businesses that you all intern with, they have this simple structure, right? This is that traditional structure. You know, the owner started up the company as his baby, so it's like, yeah, what I say goes. If you want to work here, what I say goes. You know, so those are the structures that have been used for so many years. Again, those are the structures that is kind of the conventional thinking for organizations. So if you look at it from a marketing perspective, you know, if you have a marketing department, you have the director of marketing, and the director of marketing does not necessarily listen to the ideas and thoughts of the marketing team, if you will, right? So within the organization, we're going to do a campaign because the director of marketing said that we're going to do a campaign on this day, right? No input, everything comes from the marketing manager. It's completely top-down approach, right? Any other examples on that one? So now you have a functional structure. So a functional structure is a structure that you'll see more. A functional structure is a structure you'll see more with medium organizations. So medium-sized organizations, I would say $10 million organization. Okay. Organization with, 100 or more employees. Okay. There's no cut and dry number to that. I'm just pull that number out of the air. So in this document, it says once a company grows over 15 employees, to be honest, if you have over 15 employees, I don't think you're going to have a production manager, marketing manager, engineering manager. I don't think you're going to have all those managers. You're going to have one person wearing all those hats in reality, right? This is a textbook definition. I'm telling you the reality. 15 employees, there's one person wearing all those hats, right? Yes, you're going to have the CEO or president, the owner of the company, the founder of that company. Yes, you're going to have that. Then you're going to have one, maybe two people that's acting with all of these management roles, right? So that's where you kind of get the inputs of the employees. That's where the owner gets the input of the employees. That way they have better coordination of the organization. They are able to focus on more strategic initiatives. They still have a centralized decision making approach, right? But the disadvantages is, as you can see here, you have that siloed mentality. If you do truly have these silos, so you have the production manager, you have the marketing manager, you have the engineering manager, you have silos. But in reality, in the real world, as I said, you're going to have one person wearing 2 or 3 of these hats, right? So yes, you're still going to have silos, but you're going to have some integration. You're going to have some collaboration, because that one person is managing production. The same person is managing engineering, right? So it depends on how large the company is. It depends on what the structure of the organization is. So if you look at a functional structure and you translate that to marketing, what would you say? So for example, if where it says chief executive officer or president, if that were to say director of marketing or VP of marketing, right? What would those buckets be under the VP of marketing? Like, what do you think the different departments would be for like Unilever? Like, would you see like digital marketing manager, content manager, blog manager? I don't know. What do you think?
Like a marketing research manager.
Oh, I like that. Marketing research. I like that. I didn't think about that. What else?
Public relations.
That would be marketing. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Marketing and communications, I guess. What else?
Customer service.
That's customer service. That's not marketing. Well, I'll back up. Sometimes they do sales and marketing. Sometimes they do sales and marketing. I'll back up. Okay, I'll give it to you. Judges. Okay, we'll take it. Now, some companies do throw sales and marketing in the same bucket. Keep going.
Director of social media, possibly labeling and packaging creation.
Oh, yeah.
maybe knowing like what your audience is looking for depending on your brand. Um, a brand voice, maybe.
A who? Wait a minute.
A, a brand voice. So like depending on the brand, you have to know like the customer base and how you should be talking to them online. So that kind of ties in with the social media aspect of it. So if you're like a playful brand, you're not going to be posting serious things on your Facebook. It's more of that playful side of it.
I've never heard of that. Can you tell me some more about that?
Yeah, so every brand has a personality or voice. So like going with
So,
Unilever,
so what's my brand?
um,
Never. I can't say it on here. This is being recorded.
um, I would say, I mean, you're obviously an educator, so you're someone that like offers information. So I would
Mhm.
say that your brand would be more serious, or like your LinkedIn, you're always like sharing different articles and stuff or like different events. So
Yeah,
that really ties in. I feel like your brand's solid in that aspect of being an educator.
excellent. Okay, please go. Please, were you done? Because I'm learning. I'm learning here. Keep going.
So like if we're looking at Unilever for like Popsicle's obviously like a very fun brand. It has fun packaging geared toward younger adults or children, I would say. Like if you're looking at their Instagram, it's obviously not gonna have like informational things on it. It's gonna have colorful photos of
Mm,
products or like up and coming things. It's not gonna be like serious.
hmm. Excellent. Thank you. I learned something just now. Thank you for that. I'll be ready for my quiz. All right. So does that functional structure make sense? Because a functional structure is one you would see within larger organizations. Now, you will see some companies, you will see some companies that have too many of these, too many of these silos. You know, you'll have the CEO, then you'll have VP of marketing, VP of people, VP of fun. What the heck is VP of fun? Then some companies go crazy, right? Some companies go crazy. Now, and in my opinion, yes, it's wasteful. Where in other people's opinion, they say, "Oh, well, now everyone has visibility." No, I think it's a waste of money in some cases. In some cases, right? So, yeah, VP of fun that actually exists. I didn't make that up. All right. So now you also have divisional structures. So again, the larger so once we get into multinational corporations, um, you'll see acronyms MNCs and things like that, multinational corporations, where you get different divisions, you get different countries, you get different territories. That's what this divisional structure is going to be. Whenever you see organizations that are heavy that are sales driven, that are sales focused, right? Then you'll start seeing divisional managers, right? Then you'll start seeing general managers and things like that. So divisional structure, I see this a lot in manufacturing. Like larger manufacturers that have multiple facilities across the country, you see this type of structure. Now, from a marketing perspective, this gets very interesting. So you have divisional structure, right? So for example, you'll have West, Midwest, and East. That's a typical divisional structure for a US based company, right? So from a marketing perspective, would you think that you would focus your marketing efforts based on division, or you still would do it nationwide? In your opinion, because I know it depends on the company. What do you think?
I feel like division, just because there's so many different cultures in America. So the farther you get geographically, the more you might want to vary how you're marketing.
So would you say that, so you would market a different way, but then let's just say that you use the same commercials, and because Facebook, you can do it based on division, right? Yeah. So you would say so if you had more of an environmentally friendly advertisement, I'm going to say that I'm going to spend more of my marketing dollars on the West Coast, right? West Coast, maybe I would still spend some money on the East Coast, not as much. Midwest, I would still spend a little money, but that's going to be the lowest amount, right, of my spend for this environmental effort, right? So that's where that divisional structure would be beneficial, for someone from a marketing perspective. Also, I would say that that divisional structure would be more important if you were a global organization. So you're gonna have marketing, you're gonna have certain marketing materials for the US, languages, you know, for certain regions, even Spanish. If you have marketing materials from Mexico, although you're going to market to Spain, that language is totally different. Not totally different, but there's differences to it, I should say. Right. So that's another thing where you have divisional structure. And that's one thing we're actually dealing with the project I'm working on within the blockchain world. Where so all of the documentation is being developed in actually in Germany, right? But Germany, the Germans are doing the best in it with their English, right? So now we have to have people to review the documentation, and then we have to have people from China to translate that into Chinese. Then you have to have people from Mexico to translate that into the Mexican Spanish. Then you have to have people from Spain to translate that into the Spanish, Spanish, whatever. You get what I'm saying. But so you have that divisional structure, and I would say that divisional structure from a marketing perspective is very important. You know, because you're going to split up your marketing by that geographical region, right? And also, it doesn't even have to be geographic. It can be demographic. So have you ever heard of a divisional structure? This is interesting. Have you ever heard of a divisional structure by age group in a marketing firm? I just now thought about this. So hear me out. Would it make sense if I were to split out my team by divisional structure, where I have a team that focus on millennials? I have a team that focus on marketing to Gen Zs. I have a team that focused on marketing to baby boomers. And obviously, I'm going to have the people that's going to market to them, that's their age group. They can relate, right? How can a 50-year-old marketing person, right, that's just now getting in the digital marketing, how can they appeal to a Gen Z or a millennial? Unless they have kids that are Gen Zs or millennials, right? In my opinion, they can't. They can't go to grad school and learn the things they need to know. It doesn't happen that way, right? So I would say another approach to a divisional structure. Like I said, I've never seen this before, so that could be an interesting concept. I might do it. I might do a journal article on that. Interesting, but that may be one thing to think about, because like I say, you can split it up. You can split up this marketing by on Facebook by age, right? So that would be one thing that would be very interesting. If I did a divisional structure in marketing based on age group, how would that work? Would that have positive impacts on that study? Right? Rachel, if you want to do something, let's do that. What do you think? What do y'all think about that? Like I said, I just thought about that. I don't know if that's a crazy idea or what.
I feel like there's definitely some merit to it, but I'm like age, even though it might be like the biggest factor in like what makes all of us so different, like you still have to consider like there's different cultures and things like that. So if you're gonna split
Good
people
point.
by age, like are you also gonna split them up by culture, even though you can't really target to certain cultures through Facebook?
You can't do certain cultures through Facebook?
I don't know. Rachel would know more than me.
Can you?
I don't think there's like a specific like setting for it. Maybe if you were to like target a specific region, you could kind of figure out the culture through like the region it's in. But I don't think there's a specific setting.
You just can't say just straight. I only want to target African Americans. You couldn't do that.
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that might get in a hot water with that one. But anyway, it would work though. Let's just be real. Let's just be real. So Rachel, do you think that would add merit, or you just saying you think the culture has a bigger impact than age group?
I think it depends on your product. I mean,
Good
if
point.
it is, I mean, whenever
Good
you
point.
create that product, it's geared towards a specific ideal candidate. So, you know, you go through, you kind of make a fake customer. You determine age, income, geographic location, like stuff like that. So I think it does play a factor. But solely marketing on age, I feel like you might not get as much interaction as if you were to create that customer.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. You see, my idea was trash. Okay. We'll keep going. Sounded good to me. Thanks for bringing me down, guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right. Matrix structure. So the matrix structure is it takes a blend. It's kind of a collision course. It's kind of a blend of functional and divisional structures where you're going to have that functional structure with the project manager, with the marketing manager, with the engineering manager. But then you go deeper, and you have different projects. So in this example, you have different projects, right? So you're still reporting up to the project manager, you're still reporting up to the marketing manager, but you have people split out in different projects. So for like when I was implementing ERP systems, we had a matrix structure, right? So we would have multiple projects running at one time, right? But all those people would still report up to their original, their hiring manager, if you will, right? Their department manager, I should say. That's the best way to put it, right? So I'm within projects. I have project managers, but I still report up to this department manager, right? So this is used within what we refer to as projectized organizations. So organizations that run projects. So if you were, all right, so if you worked in a marketing consulting firm, right? Well, that's kind of what you do, Rachel, isn't it, right? So you just pretty much go ahead.
Yeah, we always have projects going. Like every day of the week, somebody's working on a specific project for a client.
Yeah. So if you have a projectized organization, you're always going to be assigned to a project. You're always going to be a part of a project, right? So you're going to have a project manager. But once that project is done, then you may have a different project manager, right? But regardless of the project that you're on, you're always going to ultimately report up to your department manager, right? So that's a matrix organization, right? Does that make sense? Man, my screen was dirty. Goodness gracious. But yeah, so a projectized organization or a matrix organization is used more for projectized type projects. All right. Anyone else have an example of that?
Construction company, if it's big enough,
Who?
like construction or like landscaping company.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah. Construction, house construction. So yes, you're always going to be on a project. You're always going to be building a house, right? But you always report to your manager, your department manager. I always report to my roofing guy, right? But from house to house, I'm going to have a different project manager. That's a good one. Very good one. Thank you for that. Where is Nikki? You on?
Yeah, I'm here.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
All right. Do law firms have more of like a projectized, or it's just kind of how does that work?
You mean for my position that I do, or just in
No,
general?
just in general.
I guess sort of, because I mean, like the work that I do, I give it to the attorneys where they review it, and then when they do their cases, they give it to the judges or the other attorneys on the other side. So you kind of have a ladder, but not really.
Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering about that.
Yeah, it's kind of, like I said, you sort of do, but not really.
Okay. So based on what we discussed so far, what type of organization structure would a law firm have? So it really wouldn't be a matrix, right? Because you really don't, it would be like a divisional.
I want to say, yeah, divisional, because we each work in like different kind of departments. So although we're one, like we have a department where like I do a lot with like personal injury and real estate, where somebody else will do more like social security and criminal. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I would say more divisional.
What type of cases are for Social Security? Like Social Security
Like,
fraud or something?
yeah, like I can't really speak on a lot, but we had one where somebody was mowing their lawn and their lawnmower caught on fire. And so they got money because of that, because their body couldn't regulate heat properly. So they couldn't go out and work. So we do things
Oh, I
like,
see.
mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I get it. Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, I bet you see some interesting cases. You could probably create a TV show.
Yep, some of the stuff you see.
All right. So those are the main business structures. Like I said, I think that. So yeah, we got strategic leadership next week. So those are the main structures. I think for the most part. And yeah, and there's no cut and dry. There's no one size fits all approach. It depends on the organization. It depends on the organizational culture of the company, that will dictate what type of structure you will have within your organization, within your company. All right. So, are there any questions? There's an activity that you have. Let's do. I know we're like a week late. Yeah, we're a week late. I don't think I had a due date on this. Oh man. All right. Any questions? All right. y'all got done early today. That was a good conversation. That was a good conversation. You had some good examples. Any other examples you want to talk about? You're like, no, I'm good. You let me out, I'm gone. We're good? All right. Rachel, are you going to graduation at Wilkes-Barre?
I'm not sure yet. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we're waiting to hear back what the deal is as well. So what are they telling you all?
There's like, I think it's a practice thing. I forget what day it is though. It's like a Saturday that they have scheduled out.
What do you mean a practice thing?
I think it's like practice for commencement, like I guess getting walking order and everything.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know, yeah, but I know that they were talking to us about about wanting to come up. Yeah, I don't know yet. So Noah, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I don't think they're having an on-stage graduation, and I realized this is not Scranton campus class, so what I have to say doesn't really matter.
Well, Scranton's not having one?
I don't think so. I haven't heard anything about it if they are.
Yeah, I know Wilkes-Barre, they're gonna have it outside.
Yeah, we might end up doing something like that, but I haven't said anything yet.
You said you hadn't heard anything, and it's like what, a month away?
Mm-hmm.
I think you need to check your emails there, buddy.
Probably do. I've got like hundreds of unread emails.
I think you need to check your emails there, buddy, because
I'll figure it
they
out.
would have said something by now.
Yeah. I'll look into it.
If you were planning on it, you might be a little too late for your cap and gown.
That's fine. I don't think I would really want to graduate on stage anyway. They could just send me my diploma in the mail.
You feel the same way, Rachel?
Yeah, I don't really want to sit through it. I don't know. I know there's also an online one too. So
Yeah.
there is that. No, if you didn't do it, you have to like confirm your name and everything. That should be in your email.
All right, I'll check it out after we get done.
Yeah. So yeah, because like I know at UP, whenever I got my master's, I think they had 2 or 3 commencements. There were so many people going to UP. All right. So yeah, it's a lot of people. I think Penn State's the largest public university in the US. I think.
I know it has the largest alumni, pool, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, it's got, I'm pretty sure it's the largest public. I know for a fact it's the largest land grant university in the country. I know for a fact that's true. But yeah, somebody can Google it real quick. Yeah, I think it's the largest. I think it's 47,000 students. So yeah, a lot of people graduating. We're around the world. I was in California Intel, and I got called out because I had some of those Penn State embroidered pants on. So it's a worldwide thing. Penn State's a worldwide pandemic. All right. So y'all have a good day. I'll talk to you all Wednesday. All right. All right. See you.
Thank you.
Bye.